Hey, Tri-Cities, if you got game,
Get on the scoreboard.
Starlight Sports Productions present the Scoreboard Sports Show, brought to you in part by Fanatics and the Doubletree by Hilton Johnson City, Sir Speedy Printing and Marketing Services, Walgreens at the corner of Happy and Healthy in beautiful Elizabethton, and Grogan Advisory Services, Private Wealth Management.
Hi, I'm Larry Grogan of Grogan Advisory Services. At Tri-Cities, stay tuned because there's a brand new sports show coming up called the Scoreboard Sports Show. Stay tuned, it's coming right up on this channel.
Welcome back to the Scoreboard Sports Show. We have Danny Vines with us from Elizabethton, Tennessee, up-and-coming tennis player who has already set records, and I'm hoping this will be her first interview of many. Danny, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
How did you get started in tennis?
Well, my parents were always in tennis, so I was always around it, and my coach, Steve Brooks, just saw me one day and asked me if I wanted to play, and that's kind of how I got started.
That's how you got started. Well, nothing wrong with that. I know you've been homeschooled some of your school years, but I think you're getting ready to enroll in Elizabethton High School as a sophomore.
Yes.
How's that going to be different, or how will that affect your tennis?
Hopefully it won't affect it too much. I just might have to move scheduling around, but I'll be able to still train really hard and keep doing what I'm doing. I'll just have to be able to go to school too.
Yes. What's your favorite subject?
Science.
Science. Okay. You recently qualified for the Southern Tennis Tournament. You played in the 18-year-old division as a 14-year-old, and you won it. And that qualified you for the Southern Tournament. Can you explain how that works for viewers that aren't tennis knowledgeable?
Basically, in all 9 states of the South, there's one tournament, and depending on how well you do in that tournament, that helps you get into Southerns. If you do really well, you make it to Southerns, which is the big tournament in the South.
Okay. What is your current ranking?
In the state, I'm number 1 in the 18s. In the South, I'm number 29 in the 18 and under. And nationally, I'm not sure, but I might have gotten into national clay courts in the 18s, and I'm pretty sure I'm in national hard courts.
Wonderful. As a 14-year-old. Mm-hmm. That's great. That's great. Where is your next tournament?
My next tournament is next weekend in Dayton, Ohio.
Okay, and what's that tournament?
It's an 18 and under national segment.
Very good, very good. Steve Brooks is your coach. What do you like about Steve as a coach, and how do y'all relate as coach and player?
I like how he takes it one step at a time. He doesn't try to force anything on me, and he makes sure I understand everything and doesn't go too fast. And he doesn't try to throw everything on me at once. It's just little steps. Little steps. And
obviously that's worked for you to be where you are right now. Not only do you spend a lot of time on the court, but off the court as well. You know, if you're going to be an elite tennis player, you've got to spend time off the court. Give me an idea of your training off the court.
Right now, off the court, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I run between 4 and 5 miles a day. And Tuesdays and Thursdays, I work out for 2 to 2.5 hours with an All-American gymnast.
Okay. What was the very first workout that you did? What was it called?
Whenever I was about 9 years old, I just started doing a lot of medicine ball stuff with my dad, just throwing the medicine ball around, gaining a little bit of strength.
Mm-hmm. And then you went to, from what I understand, a farmer's workout?
Yes, that's what we called it. It was basically just light weights, and it lasted about 20 or 30 minutes a day.
Okay.
Whenever I was 10 or 11.
Okay, great. How many hours a day do you practice on the court?
An hour and a half to 2 hours on the court a day.
Every day? 7 days a week? 5 days a week?
5 days.
5 days a week. Okay. When you're not on the tennis court, what do you like to do for fun?
I like to watch movies and hang out with my friends and everything.
What's your favorite movie?
Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber. Okay, that's great. What do you like to eat?
Chicken.
Chicken. Anyway? Just cooked anyway. Just a lot of chicken. Who's your favorite musical group or singer?
Probably Imagine Dragons.
Okay, I'm not sure I know who that is. Do you have any brothers or sisters?
I have one little brother. He's 13.
Okay. Little meaning shorter than you, just younger? Okay. All right. Now, when you all are traveling to all your tournaments, do you go as a family?
Not usually. There's a couple tournaments where we'll go as a family, but usually it's just me and my mom or dad.
Okay. Okay. Do you watch tournaments on TV, like the pro tournaments?
I do sometimes. I don't watch it a whole lot, but I'll watch it occasionally.
And do you have a favorite player?
My favorite female player was Kim Kleisters, but then she retired, so I don't really have a favorite right now, but my favorite male tennis player is Novak Djokovic.
Okay. What are your goals? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What do you hope to do with your tennis?
I would really like to go on the pro tour, but whenever I get to that age and that maturity level and I find out that I can't do that, I would really like to get a good education out of tennis and use it to get a scholarship.
Okay. Do you have any colleges in mind?
I've always said Vanderbilt since I've been 8 years old.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. That's great. I know you've traveled a lot of places playing tournaments. What's your favorite city of the ones you've visited?
Probably Boca in Florida.
Okay. Okay. Now, I know when you travel a lot, you probably see a lot of tennis courts. Do you get to go out and actually see the city, see different things?
Yeah, I do. I try to have a little bit of fun with tennis and everything. Get to do a lot of things in those cities.
Great. That's part of it, as far as enjoying your trip and get to see a little bit more than just the tennis courts. That's great. Do you have any idea in the next few weeks? You're going to Dayton, Ohio. Do you already have your schedule planned out for the summer?
Partly. We have an idea of what tournaments I'll go to. Sometimes we'll throw a couple more in there. And sometimes I'll just go for fun if a lot of my friends are going.
Okay. All right. Very good. Well, Danny, I've enjoyed talking with you today.
Thanks for having me.
Like I told your coach, I hope this is your first of many interviews. And I can say that I was your first interviewer, and wish you the best of luck in your tennis career.
Thank you.
And thank you again for joining us today on the Scoreboard Sports Show.
Off the Grid Inc. is the Tri-City's best choice for solar products and installation. Let Off the Grid Inc. increase your use of clean, green solar energy. We provide systems for residential and commercial needs. With a smart investment, solar can supplement your energy needs or take you completely off the grid. Off the Grid Inc. wants to help you reduce your carbon footprint with your own solar system. Call us today at 423-278-0720 to get you started toward energy independence with Off the Grid Inc.
Welcome back to the Scoreboard Sports Show, and we'd like to thank Fanatics at the Doubletree by Hilton from Johnson City today. We're glad to have with us this evening a young high school basketball star from Science Hill High School. Her team went to the state championship game for the last 2 years in a row, I believe. Miss Angelica Reed.
Thanks for having me.
Very nice to be here. I'm glad you're here with us today. Angelica, we were glad that you could come out and visit with us a little bit, because here on the show we just wanted to say thank you, for your hard work and for all that you did for your school, for yourself, for your teammates and that sort of thing. And we just wanted to talk a little bit about what it took for you guys to get there. Can you tell us a little bit about your season last year and the season the year before, and how long you played basketball and that sort of thing?
Well, I could say that for any sport, it takes hard work, or a certain amount of hard work, and we had a great coaching staff and a great team. Actually, we had great talent on our team, and so I'd say that we kind of set a goal for ourselves last year, and we saw the talent we had, and we just worked towards that and really just built on that. And the year before that, we were fortunate enough to make it down there and to see what it's like, to get a feel for it, and fortunate enough to make it back again. And just basketball has been a huge part of my life. I can say my family, we're family oriented around basketball, definitely, and had a huge support. My family, I couldn't do it without God, of course, and our team definitely, we went off for that too. We had God as our forefront, and we just had great support and great guidance to get us to where we were.
And, you know, after working so hard toward a goal, how does it feel when you get to reach that goal? You know, I know that you didn't win, but that's irrelevant, that, in my opinion. You know, I think that setting that goal and making it to there, you know, that to me was the accomplishment. And how does it feel when you know that you worked as hard as you could work and you got to that point?
Well, I think that we set Science Hill girls basketball on the map pretty much in East Tennessee, and we can appreciate that, and we see that we made history really at Science Hill, making it to the state tournament, and we're blessed to have that opportunity. And I wouldn't trade it for the world, even though I wish it could have ended differently, but I do appreciate it, and I know we're fortunate enough to get down there, because there could have been so many other teams that wish to be in our position, so I'm thankful for that.
Now you're going on to continue your college basketball career. Where are you going to school?
So I will be attending Florida Southern College in Lakeland, Florida, Division II school, and I'm excited about that.
How do you like it down there? Is it a little bit different weather-wise and all that kind of stuff?
Well, who wouldn't love to be in Florida? That's probably a dream state for anybody.
Yeah.
And so I think it'll be a good opportunity. Keep my head straight, stay focused, and another 4 years of basketball, and then hopefully pursue a career that I'm interested in and make the best out of that.
And what is your major going to be?
I want to major in international business and marketing. I'm excited about that career. I think it's very interesting, something I like. So get that started.
Well, you know, I remember your dad playing for ETSU, so you know, for you to continue your career and play some more basketball is always good. What can you say to the girls that you're going to leave at Science Hill? What can you let them know today when they watch the show that you told them and they can remember during the middle of the season next year?
Definitely hard work. I think they have a great team still. I think they have a lot of good talent and a great coach this year. If they just set their eyes on a goal and work as hard as they can to get there, no doubt they'll do great.
All right. Well, you know, we're very glad to have you here on the show. We're thankful that you're able to do the things that you've done this year. We're very proud of you and your team. We want to thank you for being here.
Thank you. I
and
appreciate
thank you
it.
for all that you do. Okay. And hopefully, when you come back in the fall or between semesters, you can come back to the show and keep us updated on how things are going. Okay. All right. And we'll be right back with more of the Scoreboard Sports Show.
Thanks for having me.
It's the day, it's finally arrived, it's your wedding day. It's the moment you've been waiting all your life, it's your wedding day.
Ah, your wedding day, that one special day in your life you'll never forget. So let Venture Productions capture all those special moments at your wedding for you to treasure a lifetime. Our approach to videography is one of creativity and excellence. Call Venture Productions for your video services.
It's the moment you've been waiting all your life, it's your wedding day. Yeah.
Football is coming back to East Tennessee State University.
Yes.
Yes, it's coming back, right?
We're glad to have with us today Brandon Morton, track coach at ETSU. Brandon, thank you very much for coming out to see us tonight. Brandon, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and kind of give us a little background on yourself, please?
Yeah, originally from Greenwood, South Carolina. Went to Winthrop University, competed in track and field for 4 years there. After that, I eventually went on to start coaching at Campbell University, where I went back to grad school and also just got my hands dirty, just coaching, coaching, recruiting, just learning the tricks of the trade. And was there for about 3 years. After I graduated, got the call from ETSU and was happy to come on board and work with the Bucks. And I've been here ever since. Just finished up my 3rd year.
Your 3rd year. Well, as I read and hear, this was a pretty good year for ETSU track and field. Can you kind of give us a little rundown of some of the things that have occurred there?
Yeah, man, where do I start? On a conference level, our women's team ended up getting 2nd indoor, which was a huge improvement. It's the best finish they've had in conference history. On from there, our men's team finished 2nd indoor and outdoor. We wanted to win it, came up short, but ended up getting around 6 kids to the NCAA championships. So we got a women's 4x1, and we got a long jumper and a triple jumper. And long jumper ended up getting 2nd team All-American, and the triple jumper and the relay were both honorable mention All-Americans, which is huge. The long jumper finished 9th in the NCAA. He finished with the 9th longest jump in the NCAA. The women's 4x1 finished 18th in the nation, and the triple jumper finished around, I believe it was 18th or 19th in the nation. So very, very good year for ETSU track and field on not only a regional level or a conference level, but on a national level also.
Right. Do you feel like with these accomplishments it will roll over into the next year with not only recruiting, but how your student athletes look at what they have facing them?
Yeah, and it's already worked. We've got a ton of recruits that we're looking to sign. Some we've already signed. We got good kids that are wanting to walk on to the team, kids that I would offer scholarships to around 2-3 years ago. They're just wanting to run for free, And as far as going forward, as far as the student body, we always get a lot of support at our home meet, the Niels Wong Invitational. Those only help with the exposure we're going to get from going to nationals. And like I said, Tyler Stepp, our long jumper, making it to he actually went past the NCAA national championships and went on to the USA national championships and competed against professionals amongst also the best in the NCAA, but like I said, professionals as well. So that was a huge accomplishment for us. And like I said, we're starting to see it already with recruiting, and like I said, the student body's always supported us by coming up to our home meets, Niels Wong, and our conference championships indoor. So those only help.
Right. Well, do you feel like, with the regiment, how many kids do you see that stay in the summer and continue to work out and that sort of thing? Do you have a lot of athletes that do that?
Yeah, in the past I have. This year, I didn't have a lot of local kids that were coming back. A lot of my kids graduated, but I've got new kids coming in, and they're wanting to do whatever they can to get better. So they've been wanting to come in, and I can't be there to watch them, but also I kind of give them pointers on things they can do to get better over the summer. And but if they could, we got a ton of kids that have asked to come and try to work out. Of course, I can't really do that with them right now. But yeah, like I said, once the kids see you know what you're doing and they see the success you have, they just gravitate towards you, and that's truly a blessing in itself, just to be able to do this job and do it well and get kids that are interested in your program.
And how many kids do you say you will have coming back next year?
As far as the whole team, I couldn't say right off the top of my head. We got around 40 guys, and we're probably losing. I lost probably 4 sprinters, and I've already signed 6.
Oh, wow, that's good.
And I got a couple more walking on, so my numbers have grown already. I don't know what the jumps coach and the distance coach is exactly what they've signed, but I know they have signed people. We're going to be looking at fielding a full team on the men's and women's side next year. So we lost some guys that we're going to miss. You can't replace them, but we're looking at getting some young guys to come in and eventually do what those guys did.
Right. Or better. And how do you feel about moving to the Southern Conference? How's that going to? Is that a little bit tougher competition, or is it with track and field? Does that matter very much?
My personal opinion, I think it's probably a little bit tougher. But we see those teams on a regular basis. So for us, it's not going to be anything new. We just be in the conference with them. I don't see it really making a difference with us. I mean, I personally think it's more competition, and just better, more qualified. I guess not more qualified schools, but schools that are more notable around here to people. So it's going to help if we can. If we can beat up on Western Carolina instead of schools that are some of the schools in the ASUN that they may not be familiar with.
Right.
So.
Well, I think that's a good thing myself personally. It's just really kind of good for the area to be back. And I'm gonna ask you a little question. It's kind of out of your realm, but it is in your realm because what impact is football coming back going to have on the track team?
I think it'll have a huge impact. I mean, football and track go hand in hand when you're talking about getting sprinters and jumpers and throwers. I mean. And vice versa, we may have some kids that want to go out for the football team, and that'll draw them here even more. I mean, I've seen cases where kids, they won't come to a school to play football unless they can run track, or come to a school to run track unless they can play football. Right. So I think both sports go hand in hand with each other, and they help each other. I think, you get sent a guy out to run track, it's only going to make them faster, and speed kills,
Oh, yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah. Well, you brought one of your athletes out to see us tonight, and can you tell us, kind of give a little prerequisite before she comes on, and we talk with her a little bit about her?
Yeah, Courtney Kinlaw she was actually my very first recruit when I was at Campbell University, and ended up transferring here to ETSU after she graduated. She had one more year eligibility, and she's just improved drastically this year. We always knew she had a gift for sprinting and jumping, but she really I feel like she broke through this year. But she was on the 4x1 relay. She was the second leg, and she ended up getting, I think, third in the 100-meter dash outdoor. Huge PR, and just a huge help to the team, and just a model student athlete, both not only on the track but off the track as well. She's in her first year of her master's program, going into her second year next year. So, like I said, she was just a good example for the younger girls on the team, not only in ways of her competition, but also academically. So, like I said, she's what every coach wants to have on their team.
Right.
So she deserves to be noticed for that.
Well, Coach, we really thank you for coming out and visiting with us here on the Scoreboard Sports Show, and we'll be right back after this.
Hey, this is Caroline. I'm behind the scenes with Starlight Sports Productions, bringing you the Scoreboard Sports Show. And if you're joining us on Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. right here on WKPT Channel 19, I want to congratulate you because you're now on the scoreboard, and apparently you've got game. So join us on Sunday mornings, 10 a.m. right here on WKPT Channel 19. We want to start your Sunday out right. Got game? Get on the scoreboard.
Hey, it's Jason Witten, former Lisbon Cyclone, now current Dallas Cowboy tight end, and you're watching the Scoreboard Sports Show.
And welcome back to the Scoreboard Sports Show, and we would like to again thank Fanatics here at the DoubleTree by Hilton in Johnson City for all the wonderful things that they've done for us this evening. We want to thank Venture Productions. We want to thank Craig's Crown Cuts, Off the Grid Incorporated for all of our wonderful sponsorship. And we're here with Courtney Kinlaw. Very nice to meet you, Courtney.
Nice to meet you too.
And Courtney is a track star here at ETSU. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, Courtney, where you're from and kind of how you got to ETSU?
I'm from Conway, South Carolina. And I went and got my undergrad from Campbell University in Bowie's Creek, North Carolina. And I ended up taking a year off due to knee surgery, and that gave me an extra year eligibility in track and field. So I ended up going to ETSU for my last year, and that's how I'm in Johnson City.
That's how you got to Johnson City. Now you said you had knee surgery. What did you do to your knee?
I was having a lot of sharp pains in my knee, and come to find out, my patella, this is your knee, this is the patella. Okay, it's supposed to be right here. It was all the way over here.
Ouch.
So I had to do a lateral release. It's a minor surgery, and it took about a whole year to recover.
Really?
And it was worth it.
I see. Now, here at ETSU, what are the events that you do?
Long jump, the 100, 200, and the 4x1.
And it sounds to me like I've heard a little bit about your year this year. You had a really good year?
Pretty good.
All right. Well, that's fantastic. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the things that you've done this year?
Yes. At first, it was the long jump. I was working hard on that, and it didn't end too well. It didn't end the way I wanted to go. But the goal for that was 20 feet. But I ended up getting my personal best again.
That's great.
So that was a blessing. And then in the 100 and 200, I ended my season PRing by 4/10 in the 100, 4/10 in the 200, 3/10 in the 100.
And what were those times? Do you remember?
In the 100, I went from 11.9 to 11.7. The 200, I went from a 24.8 to a 24.4.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's fantastic. Now, do you have another year of eligibility left?
I do not.
You do not. So now, are you going to get to stay here at ETSU working your graduate work?
Yes, I'm currently working on my second year in the master's program, focusing on kinesiology and a concentration on sport performance and coaching.
So will you still be able to continue to work with the track team?
Yes, sir, I will.
Well, that's fantastic, because I think it sounds to me like you have a lot to offer the younger track people and the kids in track. So can you, coming from where you came from to here, what could you say to young kids that are here locally that are trying to get to the next level, that are working hard trying to get better at their sport? What can you offer them some advice?
Don't give up. One thing, I like to set goals for myself. Some of my goals are unrealistic, but hey, you never know what can happen. So never give up, always work hard. Don't ever go to practice saying, oh, I don't feel good. No, that's not an excuse. Keep going, push yourself. You gotta build up that internal drive, and that's what helped me this year.
Well, that's great. That's fantastic. You guys did a wonderful job this year. I kept an eye on you. I tried to keep a close watch on how you did. And, we're very proud to know that there are kids that come here and they work really hard and they can see the fruits of their labors. By you being able to work, how much longer will you get to stay? When will you finish your graduate?
I will graduate May of 2014.
May of 2014. Okay. Well, Courtney, we want to thank you very much for coming out and being with us here on the Scoreboard Sports Show, and we wish you all the best. Okay. Thank you.
I'm Gerald Sitzenbaugh, retired Dallas Cowboys player. Got game, get on the scoreboard.